Okay, so we're here at the Nob Hill Masonic Concert for Kids with Chris from the record company, which, as everyone's heard me say a million times, was my favorite concert of 2017, was the record company at the Fillmore.
Wow,
you remember
thank you
that
so
show?
much. Oh, it was amazing.
Such a good show.
Yeah, it was the first time we'd ever played there, so that was a real thrill. I'm glad you were there.
Yeah, it was amazing. It's like I walked up to the front, and when you guys started playing, it was so loud. I'm like, I shouldn't do this, but I stayed. I stayed right in the front the whole time.
You're a rocker then. That's good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I
Yeah.
know. I don't wear earplugs because
Why?
when you came out, you go, it's rock and roll. It's not always pretty. And I'm like, he had me at that.
Well, it isn't always pretty, that's for sure. Well, you can't rub the edges off it. That's where the good stuff is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The mistakes. And the craziness. That's the fun of it. You know, if a show, to me, like if we did our show where it was too predictable or there wasn't the danger of me just falling off the stage. Where's the fun in that? You know, you got to change things around. So, well,
because falling off the stage, that's another. You have so much energy during your performance. It was crazy.
Thanks.
I don't understand how somebody can hold an instrument and a microphone and a harmonica and be dancing and doing circles and 360s. Like I was like you were headbanging. It was amazing.
Well, I'm a pretty mellow guy off the stage.
I can see that.
Yeah. So something else occurs when you get to play. You know, it's a spiritual thing. Music is just it's a blessing to be able to play it, and you know, I think when you're a big fan of it, it overtakes you. You know, and when you're performing it, it overtakes you. When you're listening, it can overtake you, and you got to follow that muse. You can't hold that back. There's not enough time in life if you don't take advantage of. You know, I always say it's one less time on stage, not one more. There's a finite number. You know, even Jerry Garcia, who played 2,000 some odd shows, there's an end number, and you can look at that as a bad thing, or you can just look at it as that's the way it is. So why not give it your all every single time? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you guys do. At the
Thank
end, I mean, the drummer was down to just his socks, and you were all at the front of the stage.
Shoes
and I
flew
took
off,
pictures.
man.
It was amazing. Yeah, shoes came off. But one thing I noticed is when I turned around and looked at the crowd, I'm like, who are these people? It was everybody.
Yeah.
It was like people's moms, people's teachers, people's kids. It was everybody just enjoying the show and enjoying the music.
Well, I think thanks for saying that. Everybody's welcome. You know, we're not trying to make music for a group of people like a particular. It's like we're making the music we love to make, and we're not trying to appeal to any certain person. It's just like, if you dig what we're doing, come on down. You know, there's been many nights where I've seen a 70-year-old guy in a Dead T-shirt standing next to a kid with a mohawk. You know, I mean, and then a guy with like a blues shirt or a Hendrix shirt or something. You know, cool. You know, why not? You know, I mean, I dig that we make music that my mom actually, you know, she's an old rocker, and she's like, she loves it, you know, and it's like, I like that I can go home and be like, hey, Ma, here's our new album. And instead of her being like, she's like, hey, I actually kind of dig this. Is good. You know, like, all right, I don't care who's all are welcome. Let's just party. Let's enjoy ourselves. You know what I mean?
That's funny that you said that, because I made my mom a mix too, and I put you guys on it. And it's her favorite thing. She's like, I can't go to the gym if I don't have it now. Like it moves her to exercise, and she literally won't work out if she doesn't have it.
It's good to know we got the moms on
Oh
our
yeah.
side. Yeah,
and me. No, it's also my favorite, and I think it speaks a lot to people's tastes nowadays. Because you know, there's a time where things that were nominated for Grammys, you were going, seriously.
Yeah.
But this is a great record.
Thank you.
And I think it speaks a lot to people's tastes. I think people's tastes are opening up. And do you think that has anything to do with people listening to more eclectic stuff or having more eclectic taste?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it would be attributed to directly, except for that I think that there's always been, there seems to be that if you don't fit in, the best times in music to me has been when bands that don't fit in actually find a place out there. And I see a lot of bands that maybe 8-10 years ago wouldn't have had a place to go, and it could be for so many reasons. You know, the vast changes in the music industry, the accessibility to so much music. But you know, there's a Noel Gallagher quote that I love. I love Oasis, and I love both those guys, Liam and Noel. But he said, I can't pretend to say anything like him, but he was saying, he's like, nowadays, he's like, you know, if you make good songs, he's like, if you write a chorus, if you write a good tune, you know, somebody will probably hear it, and if it's good enough, you know, you're gonna get heard. And as much insane as that may sound, the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, I think if you work hard and you become a good band, you probably have the best chance that's ever been. You know, I don't think a band like the record company would have had record deals in, you know, the 90s, or like, it just, we don't fit in, you know.
Right.
And when we did our record, we weren't thinking about any of that stuff either. So it's been a shock to, you know, like you say, a Grammy nomination. I am telling you the truth. I had never even contemplated that possibility in my life ever. Even all the way up till when my wife woke up screaming and was like, "Oh my God!" I thought something bad had happened. I thought the house was on fire, or a cat had died, or something. And she's like, "Oh my God, you got nominated for a Grammy!" And I was like, "Huh? How's that even possible?" But grateful that it happened, and you know, we just love to play, and like hearing that you enjoyed the show. That like kind of, you know, those are the kind of things that like make me really happy, because I love doing what we're doing. I was in bands my whole life that nobody came to see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so for me to be able to go and like play like with Nathaniel tonight and Van, and to be affiliated with great artists that like that, it's a real honor. And I mean, we're gonna throw down every night we can, you know, as long as people keep coming, and we'll probably keep going after they stop coming. Who cares?
That's
we'll
so
keep doing
awesome.
It. What the hell can you do?
Will there be a new record next year, maybe?
Well, yeah, it's pretty much getting
good.
close to done.
Awesome.
I feel real good about it. I think it's the best. I think it's best stuff I've ever been a part of. I just really feel strongly about it. We took our experiences from the last 2.5 years. Where we were when we wrote the first record is distinctly different than where things are now. So, you know, you don't want to pretend that all those experiences didn't happen. And there was a lot of learning and a lot of growth and a lot of life. I've never been away from my wife for 250 shows. You know what I'm saying? There's beauty in those experiences, and there's pain in those experiences. There's you know, let that be reflected in it. It's one weird thing is when you get to live something that you would call, like, I would say that I, to some degree, I'm getting to live my dream. But the funny thing is, and this is not a complaint, life is not a dream. So when you actually start living your dream, you're actually just living your life. So there are still ups and downs, and sometimes those swings can be even more intense than they were before you were living your dream.
Right, because your heart's
you know what
in
I mean?
it. Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, I
More
will
to
talk
lose.
forever.
No, I love that. Thank you. Yeah.
What was that, question number 1?
No, you totally got it.